Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for The Mummy Returns. It's a movie starring many of the same characters from the first one, in addition to their son in this one, and some other bad guys type thing. So, as always, I'm gonna give the good, the bad, and the furry. Uh, you remember all the animals and creatures and all that jazz that were in the first one? Well, they make an appearance in this one. Maybe not the exact same ones, but the general amount of creatures, furry things, make about as equal amount of impact on this one as they did the first one. So moving on. This movie is kind of fun because the last one I think was came out in 1999, and then this one came out in 2001, if I remember correctly. But in universe, it was either 9 or 11 years have passed because they have like a yay tall son, and it was kind of funny that oh, that's why they look so similar. It's because only 2 years has passed since the since the other movie came out. And what I wonder about is because of how well the storyline from one meshes into this one, and how they had all of the same returning actors that made sense from the first one into this one. I just wonder, was it planned when they first were making The Mummy for the possibility of a sequel? Because one of the things that like the armband that he had, like they had it in the first one, did they know that that's what they were going to use in the second one or not? It was just interesting to see that how well the first one played into this one. So just yeah, I enjoyed that part. And what I will say is that the CGI in this one much better. I feel like, I don't know if the technology just jumped because this was after um, Lord of the Rings 1-ish time frame, or I guess before, around Lord of the Rings time frame, and how they, after the Matrix, so maybe just the CGI miles better than the first one. Still, I would say a couple scenes where I'm just like, ooh, only because I'm looking for it. So I'm like, okay, yeah. But just miles better, and there was a whole lot more of the CGI on screen. But this is still early 2000s, so they still had mostly practical sets, mostly practical things, and they did a really good job of that. So that was fun. The action was great, and it was kind of fun seeing how they integrated the how they brought the mummy in the first one, how they finagled that into this one in order to make him return for the other big bad evil thing that they are actually trying to deal with this time around. So it was fun to see that difference there. What I will say is that it was a little weird if you think about all of the massive amount of area effects, like the water into blood type of thing that they had in the first one that were not in this one. So maybe they just didn't address it, or maybe because he was moving around so much, it just didn't get to it, or what. But it was just interesting that that was less of a thing in this one, when it was a really big deal in the first one. So, but the action sequence was really good. It was really fun to get more of Rachel Weisz's character being a badass, and seeing the improvements because of story reasons that I'm not going to go into. And same thing with Brendan Fraser. It was awesome to see. And then her brother was still a hoot in this one. The badass guy that tried to keep them from the city in the first. Oh, by the way, spoilers for the first one at this point. Hopefully you've seen my review. I'll have in the description down below. Hopefully you see the first one. Anywho, he's in this one again, and it's fun. But some things do you? It's almost like he either didn't know about aircraft or didn't know about boats or something. It's just how did you get to London if you didn't take any form of transportation to get whatever? But aside from that, I thought that the sequences that they went through was great. The references that they made to the first one was awesome. And what was kind of interesting. So that basically 2 thumbs up. I think you'll enjoy this movie even more than the first one. The action was better. The pacing was even better. The scale was way bigger and in a good way. And the side character was even funner and less hateful ones. No more Benny. Fuck you, Benny. Anywho, so that's what I think you'll enjoy this movie. Anywho, so now into spoiler territory. So spoiler alert. The entire first movie was because, the mummy guy who got turned into a mummy, the Amenhotep, was in love with Anck-su-namun. That's the whole reason that happened, was he loved her, right? And in this one, her like reincarnation is like loves him and is trying to bring him back to life. And maybe there was, and Rachel Weisz's character being possessed by the other Nefertiti's character, so that they could have their ongoing battles throughout history time, like how many times have they been resurrected, type of thing, or been, their new body in there. But man, so definitely spoilers for the end here. If you were just listening, like last chance for spoilers here for the ending. But it really hurt my heart when Nefertiti ran away from Imhotep. Like, him and Brendan Fraser are both like precariously struggling while the damned from the like chasm of doom are like trying to drag them in. And Brendan Fraser's character is telling Evie like, no, Evie, go, like leave me, just save yourself, because the cavern is crashing down around them, and he's like, just go, save yourself. And whereas Imhotep's character is like, Anck-su-namun, help me, like, ah. And so Brendan Fraser saying go, and Evie comes and saves him anyway. And, Imhotep is like, Anck-su-namun, save me. And she gets scared of, like, the rocks thing, and her love for herself matters more to her than maybe getting smashed by the rocks trying to help him, and she runs away. And just that, oh, man, I'm not saying it's Oscar-worthy, but damn did I feel that when just that look on Imhotep's face when he's just like, Anck-su-namun, and realizing that, like, he came back from the dead twice for her. He gave up everything. Like, this whole thing. Now, yeah, there were some other things that, like, he wanted power, but, like, the last movie and this movie were basically, like, if you think about it, like, in a certain way, it's his love story with Anck-su-namun. Like, he loved her. That is why he did all of this. And she fucking ran away. And he's just like, wow. Like, you can just see, it's just like, he's like, there's no more reason for him to, like, go on anymore, because the whole reason for him coming back and doing everything is she just ran away. Because she does not feel for him how he feels for her. And oh man, and just that look when he looks over at Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz, and he's just like, that moment where he's just like, you two have the love that I wanted. And he's like, to me, it looked like he was like, I'm glad. I'm glad that you survived and that you have that, because oh man, it was just like I could write a dissertation about just that moment of when she left and everything that goes through his face, just how he says it, what he said to his face, and when he looks over, just that whole thing, and then when he releases, it was just like, oh, don't cry. Oh my God, that's so sad, because he's the bad guy, but oh my God. Oh, it hurt my heart. And he did, that actor, and that whole sequence was just, oh, so well done. That was two movies built, like two movies of that to just get to there, just like, oh man. And then he just releases, and he just drops, and it's just like, damn. Like, that's how it is, you dedicate yourself, and you just have this, and then she just runs away. I'm still not over it. I don't think I'm ever gonna get over that part. So thanks for that, I guess, filmmakers. Good job. Yeah, I'm just gonna go feel this for a while. Okay. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye.